Hello, how are you? In this video, we'll be doing something. A character raffle! Thank you all for 333 little people in our community. Which, again, I am extra late. We're over 400 people here now. It's always so crazy thinking about it. Jesus Christ, I blink and just people appear here. I hope you actually enjoy my little videos and my little illustrations as well. We'll be doing that a lot here. Anyways, I wanted to make a character raffle for 333 subscribers, which I asked you all in the community tab if you would like that, and you all said yes, so I hope that you all actually participate. For this, I want minimum 5 people to participate, and if you want this character, which you will see the design fully at the end, stay tuned to learn how to actually participate in this little raffle. If no one wants her, then it's better for me because I'm in love with her design. Very bittersweet moment to let her go. But I wouldn't have much use for her otherwise, so it's better to give her to someone who actually will use her. But honestly, this design is so peak. I really did things, okay? So I want to talk about what inspired me for this design, for her design of this character, because I fear society. And I will get into why in a bit, okay? It's a serious issue. So I made this little, what do you call it, mood board I got there for what inspired me, the little elements, and I will get into a little bit of what in every single image inspired me for her. I don't even know if I actually said anything right there, but my god. Look, let's just get into it, okay? Let's just talk. So, I found these vintage dresses and this petticoat or underdress that I found very delicate. I know I wanted her to be inspired by banshees, so her very long hair and ripped ends of dress with this dark, saturated turquoise at the end and crayon makeup look would be essential. Also, it's because these old, delicate dresses reminded me a bit of banshees in that aspect, so it all ties together. I found this one image of an Aphrodite photo shoot. I like the lighting and dress and hair combo. This dress that she wears there also inspired me for that wide upper dress hanging thing I added to her design that you will be seeing throughout the video. My own character 178 inspired me by the composition of the image and the colors, kinda. The colors I more so thought about fantasy colors, just like with 178, but to change things up a bit, I didn't go just for the usual pink, purple, and blue. I added that dark turquoise in the middle. Now, here's a thing, okay? Here's a thing, because you're like, oh, but she doesn't really look like a banshee. She looks like a unicorn. So we will get into some angel kill lore. Woohoo! Yippee! Back in 2015, a whole decade ago, on Daily Motion of all things. Don't even question what I was doing there, okay? I had found this video series of a My Little Pony manga, and me being obsessed with My Little Pony back in the day, back then, watched it. Now looking back at it, it was very much inspired by Sailor Moon, but I didn't know it at the time for being a Christian kid. Don't question it. But I grew obsessed with it. I never got to see the ending of that since the person hadn't uploaded it, so I didn't know how it ends. And I still don't, and I don't exactly want to find out, and I will get into that in a bit. So I wanted to add that element to her too. For years now I've wanted to make a unicorn OC that isn't like just a horse. I wanted it to be like a human with a horn, unicorn horn specifically. But I never got around to it. Also, I wouldn't have much use for one either, and I don't want to just have characters lying around. Don't question all the characters that I haven't made drawings yet for, okay? They're alive and they're used for something. They appear in my stories. I just don't draw them because I'm a very good character creator and I treat my characters so well and so fairly. So here we have this character that is inspired by unicorns, inspired by the My Little Pony manga created by Mauroz. even though he is very problematic now that I checked his account out, and sexualized characters that are minor, so no, don't support him, okay? And I say him because he shared his pronouns, so don't support this person, okay? Just don't, okay? I only share his name because I want to make, despite everything, like, he was the one who created, and I don't want to simply steal things. That's not cool. So I will mention he was the one who made it, but I won't write his name on the screen or anything. Don't go after his account, okay? I will be very clear with that. I don't support this type of people. So, since we're talking about problematic things, the thing I was going to get into before, I'm sharing my thought process behind this character because of that one artist that sent an entire army of cyberbullies after another artist who made a character design similar to theirs. But that is because the elements in these designs specifically are very common, and their lack of knowledge and desire to communicate made this whole situation worse. So I feel like I should protect myself in this case since I fear society. And I want to remind you all of a very important thing. Don't forget that defamation and cyberbullying are actual legal crimes. Your actions have consequences which you will have to deal with, whether it be legally or karmically. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, remember that whenever you're saying anything online, okay? You still leave a digital print, okay? People can find you. Time for my thought process of creating her, woohoo! Despite, like, other than this whole thing that I just talked about, right? The whole mood board thing. For the design of the character, I knew I wanted her to have the bottom part of her whole shape very big and flowy and heavy, so when I blocked out her shape, that's what I focused on, making her upper part like very, I mean, it's not exactly slim, but it's more so than the bottom part of her whole character, where her dress is like very flared out and her hair too flares out. I also knew I want her design to be very flowy and wavy thanks to the Davinci, so she has very long and wavy flowing hair. Also her dress, which is ripped at the end, also kind of like flows out. I added these tulle roses to her that you can buy packs of. If you sew, you will know what I'm talking about. To her design, since I tend to use flowers a lot and I want you to have a piece of me with you. That's why I also put like a bit of lore into her design, adding the whole My Little Pony manga thing and, you know, roses. Added some bows too for that same reason, also because that petticoat or underdress that you saw before on my mood board had a bow and I thought it was cute. I really like the way it like goes into the dress and is like weaved into it. I think that that's really cool. I don't know the exact use for that. I don't know if it's just adornation or whatnot, because if it is an undergarment, you wouldn't really see that. I mean, now that I think about it, even the underwears nowadays have bows and whatnot, huh? So, I guess it makes sense. Humanity doesn't change. It just stays the same, even after years, okay? I gave her a sword because in that manga they would fight evil, if I'm not mistaken, so I gave her one. Also because these cool mystical photo shoots that you saw, that one girl with the vase, there are many of those kinds that have like these strong lightings and very fairy tale looks to them. They tend to have swords, so I wanted to add that. Also ties in the flowers to her design some more because the handle has like these vines and the flowers. So if that were pretty much done, her flower crown has pearls draping across her head, which all connects to a ring on her horn. Her hair gets tied into the design with her boots, like they're the same color. Her entire design gets darker at the end, just like it starts at the top. The pink gets tied in with her light pinkish skin tone and eyes. Her eyes are contrasted with blue turquoise eyeshadow tying in with the ends of her dress. Everything gets tied together in the end. I wanted her to have long, melancholic eyebrows and this beautifully sad look to her eyes too, since banshees cry for someone that is about to die. Banshees are actually scary and also really cool. They weep, like scream crying, when someone or I'm better saying, a member of someone's family is about to die, so they tend to know. Also, troops in military, if someone is about to die, then they hear the banshee weeping. I was reading upon it a bit, and there was like one story of a, what do you say, a captain of a military thing? What are they called? I don't remember. Colonel? I don't know. You know who I'm talking about. He heard like a scream, weeping, crying, like wailing really loudly, and when he went out, all his troops were just done for. So man, it's crazy. I love banshees. You want me to mention another thing? I don't know if I will add pictures of this or not, because honestly, I'm kind of lazy. But a lot of my drawings for years now have been inspired by doll customizations. So a lot of times when I think of banshees, I think of Delightful's banshee that she made years ago, which I remember watching that video when it came out, so I've been around the block for a bit. I find it interesting how for years now I've been simply using like all of these different types of arts into my own illustrations, along with some other stuff that I do, which I won't mention because that's completely unrelated to my drawing account. Maybe someday I'll talk about it, maybe not. But I remember back in the day, if you see like these angels, they had this mask that I had seen in one of Hexchin's videos, who is another doll customizer. He went somewhere, I don't remember where, but he went to a store because he was hanging out in some places, and he showed these masks, and I was like, damn, those masks are really cool. So I added one to my own character Angel at the time. But there's another very famous artist who wears this specific mask, because I actually bought those masks, so that's why I added it to Angel at the time. And this one big artist used the same mask, so their followers just came after me and were like, you're copying this artist, how dare you, you're evil, you deserve to be crucified, just admit it, you actually are copying them, you're very inspired by them, which I honestly wasn't. So at the time I had asked another artist who I mean not really close with, but like we interacted with each other, I mean kinda, I more so interact with them more than anything. I asked them because they were suffering from the same thing, or had suffered from the same thing at the time, with the same artist too. It's impressive. And asked them like how they dealt with it, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, you just kind of have to not care." It's so annoying. That's why I changed like Angel's design 1,500 times, because it's really annoying when people are like, "Oh, your character looks like this one artist. How dare you?" So yeah, that's what happened, and I don't know, I just mention it because when I remember doll customizations, I remember exactly where I got that mask from, and that's so ingrained into my brain, just me being like, actually, no, I'm not inspired by them at all. So that's something. I still follow that big artist. They draw well. I don't know, it's just these things happen, and it's annoying at the time, but now looking back at it, I guess I have some experience. I tell this to you because it happens, okay? People will compare your characters all the time, even nowadays. Like, my friends, my family, whoever online, they're like, oh, your character reminds me of one. I can't even say anything. Have you seen Selena? Have you seen her? She's literally a brunette with long hair and a red dress with flower crown. Like, please. It's like if I were that one artist who defamed the one artist who made the design character... Ooh, what? Who made the character design similar to theirs. Imagine if I just went after every single character that is a brunette and wears a flower crown. Like, please. That would be... That's... You can't do that, okay? That is just crazy. Anyways, that's enough of me rambling. I don't even know how I got here. I used doll customizations also as an inspiration. I just didn't add it to the mood board because it wasn't It wasn't really that big. It's just when I remember Banshees, I remember Delightful's Banshee doll. But Banshees are Banshees. They're like, even 178 is like, could be similar to Banshee. So, time for the actual art raffle. How you can participate. Comment down below the reason why you want her or what you plan to use her for. If it's a story, share a short version of it, because we love lore here, okay? We are lore freaks. And give me a social media platform where I can contact you in case you win. I need that, okay? Listen to me, listen. I need you to share where I can contact you in case you win. Don't forget that. As I said, minimum 5 people have to join for this character raffle to begin in the first place. I will grant you commercial rights for her. You will get a free character with commercial rights all included, but don't pretend like I didn't design her, okay? Don't go around saying like, oh yeah, I designed this character when you didn't. That's a very ugly thing to do. And honestly, it could also end up in legal issues. So keep that in mind. A lot of things that I'm honestly impressed that people forget that a lot of the things they do online could like lead to actual legal procedures. So don't forget that ever. But either way, I hope you enjoy her design as much as I do. I love her, okay? I love her. If no one participates, I'm happy keeping her, honestly. But if you all do, then I'll have to say goodbye to her. It's a bittersweet moment, honestly. Because I love her, but I also want her to actually have a purpose and for someone to use her. So it's better if she goes bye-bye. But yeah, I'm sorry if this came across as me being mad at you. I'm mad at society, okay? People are just who they are. I know you all aren't like that. I hope you all have fun participating and that someone wins and they love her. And I really hope it's an artist who draws a lot and like draws her, and so that I can see like you drawing her. That would be really cool. I'd love to follow along, seeing how she progresses. Anyways, I hope you have a nice day and night. And I hope that no one goes after you, cyberbullying you because you made a character design. But yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. I got there. I hope you have a nice day and night, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! You! Again with the you! What is my issue? Why?